He doesn't understand that he's the one who has the power to stop it. He simply can't imagine that one little boy could be that important.
Is it really me? Maybe he doesn't know what he has to do! What do I have to do?
He has to give me a new name. He's already chosen it. He just has to call it out.
But it's only a story. It's not real. Atreyu, no! Atreyu!
Bastian. Why don't you do what you dream, Bastian?
But I can't! I have to keep my feet on the ground!
Call my name. Bastian, please. Save us.
All right! I'll do it! I'll save you! I will do what I dream!
Oh, hey man, it's me, the MoonDawg. What's up?
Bastian.
Oh shit! They blew up the White House and Fantasia? Damn!
Fuck Fantasia. MoonDawg rules.
I want to wrestle you so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody, to Juice Pro Wrestling, episode 155. Space is the place. Oh, yeah. And why is space is the place? Because we have one half of one of our favorite tag teams of all time. All time. That's right. We have Shane Sabre of the Space Pirates. Independent, professional wrestler, fucking amazing all around. Shane Sabre, how the hell are you? What's
I'm
up?
fantastic. I don't know if I can bring this much energy the whole time, though. And not only is Shane Sabre awesome, all the MoonDawg's awesome, baby, because the MoonDawg loves the podcast.
Hell yeah, MoonDawg!
Woo!
Real quick, the MoonDawg thing kind of threw me for a loop because, I mean, brother, it's been a while since we've been able to see you anywhere. I mean,
yeah.
you know, we've caught you at Freelance, Warrior Wrestling. You guys have done Black Label Pro, all the stuff that's around Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana area. Not to mention, you know what, Alpha One still
Yeah.
a thing. Ethan Page's promotion.
Yeah, when we open back up, it will be.
Right. But I wasn't aware of the MoonDawg thing. Sretton kind of filled me in on it, and I'm like, what the hell is MoonDawg? What the fuck are you talking about? So we were kind of talking before we went on air here. Fill me in real quick on what the fuck the MoonDawg is and where he came from.
Well, as you know, wrestling stopped out of nowhere. So we had to do something. So Canada was in lockdown for a while. Then as soon as we opened, Von Virgo had this idea to go back to the yard. So he started Backyard Pro. And we just can't be our regular selves. So we had to come up with some new stuff. So I did get it from Matthew McConaughey's Beach Bum. And
All right.
Yeah, and I take a little bit of the accent from Cody Lane, who's a good friend of mine, because he has all those funny Southern sayings and whatnot. But yeah, because Shane Sabre basically died the last Warrior show because there's been nothing since. So the MoonDawg has been born, and until then, it's MoonDawg for now.
Oh man!
Yeah, I've done a couple shows here in Canada. Like when we're open, we can do some closed set kind of stuff. And I always give the promoter the option: do you want Shane Sabre or do you want MoonDawg?
What if they want both? You're gonna turn into fucking Mick Foley, man.
We're trying. I want to do Shane Sabre versus MoonDawg since all these cinematic matches are going on. I think it's possible.
Shit, man. Hey, dude, the way technology is with some of these phones and shit they're doing, you could probably do that, man. Get you and your boys and hook something fucking highly, extremely entertaining up, and it would be kick ass. So you were saying when Canada is open, I'm curious. I know Sren's curious, and the whole world, everybody watching is curious. When the fuck is Canada open?
At the moment, never. We luckily, you know, sometimes if we're really lucky and really good, our overlords let us come out to play for 2 weeks at a time, and then they shove us back in our houses, and then we're not allowed to come out of our little caves until they say so.
It's been rough, man. We've had a lot of people from Canada on the show, a lot of good friends. I know some people like PCO. I mean, he obviously maybe it's a different thing because he's with ROH. There's
yeah. So luckily, I assume he's got like a work visa and everything like that, and he's been on ROH every now and then. So at least he gets to leave. I know Josh Alexander, Ethan Page.
Exactly.
They're allowed to cross the border and get out of their house and do stuff. So that's nice for them.
Yeah, but the rest of the homies, man, like you and Space Monkey and Kobe Durst, you know, all guys that, man, I fucking love seeing you guys when you guys come around, and it's just it's been so different this last year. I mean, so for you, like taking it back to when this whole COVID thing started, and obviously as an independent wrestler, I mean, it rocked your world and everybody that, you know, your crew that you come down with all the time. What the fuck have you been up to stay busy other than the backyard wrestling? Watch out, Jim Cornette might be listening.
Yeah, well, I was actually over in the UK when COVID hit. I got back the day our prime minister decided to shut the country down. So I lucked out there, but I still had to like isolate for 2 weeks by myself completely because we had no idea what was going on at that time. So to keep busy, I've just picked up a bunch of odd jobs here and there. Been hiking a lot. Got into making kombucha, and I've actually worked on stained glass.
Are you and Stratton like long lost brothers?
Nice.
I haven't started staining glass, but I have been doing live edge woodwork and making kombucha. And,
hell yeah.
Yeah, and gardening.
Yep.
What does it take? I know he likes to ferment. He told me, he's like, yeah, we got this family tradition where we let a bunch of cabbage rot and, you know, and fucking do
well, I don't do that, but I've been kombucha, hot sauce, pickles, pickled onions, pickled jalapenos.
Ooh,
I went on a fermenting craze there for a while.
Nice.
What the fuck is this stuff? So I used to work for a guy several years ago. He was half Korean and his mother was straight up from Korea. What's the stinky cabbage stuff? It's like kind of spicy. It's kimchi. Yes, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
But it smells like death, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about making that, but I don't eat enough to warrant making like a jar of it.
Oh man, it'll clean you out. We had to real nice.
Real nice.
Yeah, I pickle 55 heads of cabbage every year.
Oh wow!
So if you open,
fucking serious.
Yeah. So we have a giant drum in our basement, and if you open that and you don't know what that smell is coming from, it's pretty bad.
I think it's a fucking zombie.
Yeah, it's 55 gallons of farts.
Oh.
It's rough, but I love the smell because I know how it tastes.
Yeah,
which is gross.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what exactly? Because I'm ignorant to the fact, and unfortunately, this past week, man, normally I'd be sitting here with a couple of nice brews, kicking it with y'all, but I have this bad fucking sinus infection, so I can't drink no alcohol while I'm on these antibiotics. What the hell is kombucha? I mean, obviously it's an alcoholic beverage. What does it take to make it? And
technically, it's not an alcoholic beverage. It's fermented, so it can get natural alcohols from the sugar, the yeast eating the sugar. Same thing. You kind of ferment beer, wine, all that kind of stuff. So if you did ferment it long enough, and in certain ways, it can get it. But it's just a fermented tea. Oh, you got a bacteria called a SCOBY You brew some tea, you throw some sugar in it, you throw that SCOBY, you let it sit for however long you want, depending on the taste, and then you flavor it. Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting.
It's delicious, and it's really good for you.
Fantastic.
I can't judge it. I've never tried it. It just it sounds weird to me.
It's funny. I actually had somebody, not knowing I like kombucha, but he just had too much of it, so he gave me 25 bottles.
Holy shit!
So I don't have to make mine for a bit.
Nice.
Yeah, right. Score.
Yeah, and then I get to reuse those bottles, which I'm quite happy about.
Nice.
So the stained glass thing, I mean, are you got a side hustle, like going from church door to church door? Like, hey, I'll, you know.
Not yet. I'm gonna start throwing rocks and then put my
There you
business
go.
card under the table. No, that's my grandfather's apparently been doing it almost his entire life. So
Really?
Yeah. So I was locked down with him for a bit, just staying for like a couple of weekends, going to visit him, and eventually I'm like, hey, like teach me how to do this. And he taught me, and I've just been doing it ever since. I'm fixing up a couple broken lampshades he's got, and then just making little pictures and stuff. So yeah, it's something to keep me busy. It's nice. It's not as hard as like people think. It's very precise and time consuming.
Right.
Like one of those giant stained glass windows. You know, if someone's paying a couple $1,000s, I'm not surprised because it'll take them days just to do piece by piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else have you gotten into? Do you game at all? Do you know a lot of guys out there, wrestlers, are big gamers?
Nope. Man, my gaming started at a PlayStation 2. Like I got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then it ended. I've never done online gaming. The only game I've gotten into recently because of my nephew is Pokemon cards.
All right,
and then because somebody told me Magic the Gathering is so similar, I started buying Magic cards.
Dude, those were the shit back in the day when I was a kid.
I remember having a bunch and just never knew how to play. So now I actually know how to play, which is nice. And then board games. Board games are my thing. I probably have like 20
Nice.
in my closet. Yeah. I'm much more of like, let's sit down, have a board game kind of night than like gaming online or anything like that.
I could dig that, man. I could dig that. What's your favorite board game?
Probably Settlers of Catan.
What is it? Say who?
Settlers of Catan.
Never heard of it.
Oh, man.
A lot of NFL football players play it.
Really?
It's super popular, yeah, with NFL football players. They'll actually go high stakes gambling with that game. I just bought a copy of it from a dude in Milwaukee. Last time I saw Bodie, the guy the third host of the show. Mm-hmm. I bought it off on Craigslist for like $20.
Yeah,
I was nervous, but
I
saved myself like that. All the board games have gone up like $20-$25 since the pandemic hit.
Yeah, when it started, I was looking for some. I couldn't find shit, dude.
My trick is do you guys have like Value Village in the States?
No.
Like Goodwill, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we have that. So I always check the game sections, and I've gotten some sweet. It's a Canadian game, but it's called Cranium. It's kind of like oh, you guys have that?
Yeah.
Perfect. I got a brand new. Literally, it was open, but like the cards weren't even out of the package and everything like that. So like almost a $30-$40 game for $3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah.
Value Village for sure.
Yeah. I got the Star Wars board game from 1977 from an antique store.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah. So
I wonder if that's worth money.
Not really. I looked.
He said, I looked. Thought he hit the jackpot and he realized.
Yeah. I was hoping so. Yeah.
I do miss playing with. I have a couple of buddies. There's like a group of 5 or 6 of us, and about once every 2 months, we used to get together and play board games, and it was just fun because you didn't have to. Eventually, I'm a loudmouth, except for on the show, except for right now. Usually, I kind of will get into politics or like serious shit anytime I'm around people. But with board games, you just crack open, like buy a case of beer to share with everybody or be selfish with it. And then you just talk about the game and you only focus on the game. And 9 times out of 10, the scenario of the game you're playing with is just some stupid ass shit that you all suspend your disbelief and play and have a good time.
Absolutely. Like that's the best part. Like you could spend like some games go 20 minutes, some games go 3 hours, and you're involved the whole time and you're just going for it.
Yeah, unless you play Monopoly, and then I end up having like 20-year vendettas with fucking family. Yeah. Fuck you, Mom.
Sure. Yeah.
She got to madre.
Don't talk to my brothers anymore.
Yeah, man, they cheated. They stole an extra 50. Why would you talk to them? Fun.
Yeah,
I wanted Baltic Avenue.
Yeah, come on, get out of here.
Actually, I like Monopoly. It's a great game.
Going back to the beers you were talking about. I actually really got into craft beers lately too.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah. What's I mean, I'm not sure if I've had too many beers from up there, but what's kind of some of the stuff you've been enjoying?
Well, just myself and Ref Brad Myers. I don't know if you met him when he was in Chicago or whatnot. Like every weekend, we were going to a different craft brewery around and just grabbing a case of a bunch of different ones, trying everything. It was great. We did a whole like camping trip, and we hit up a brewery every single day for like 4 days. We'd have a flight, and then we'd buy a bunch of tall boys to take home.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it was
living the fucking life.
Yeah.
That was my vacation this year because they shut everything down. I went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, which has the nickname Beer City because they have something like between 90 and like 100 microbreweries within like a 20-mile radius of the city. So I was like, cool, 10 days, but they have a bunch of hiking trails and cool places for outdoorsy shit. And the plan was just to walk around every day outside, and then around 2 or 3, hit up a brewery and see how far I could make it until I had to like Uber and take a taxi back to the hotel. That was my plan till I got there because I'm a fucking idiot. And I didn't understand that all the news saying the entire earth was shut down for the last 7 months. But for some reason in my head, no, everything's going to be cool. I get there and everything is shut down.
Yeah.
But I found like 2 or 3 places. It was still great trip, but
worth the shot.
Yeah, it was still cool.
Yeah, dude. Well, Sretton knows we got and you've been out to Chicagoland and stuff. There's a lot of breweries out here, and there's a lot of really good ones, especially like in like Northwest Indiana where we're at. You have 3 Floyds, you got 18th Street, and dude, there's like a plethora of other fucking breweries out here.
Well, I know like Freelance Underground always runs out of a brewery.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Fantastic. Kobe Durst and I were in a locker room in the brewery. I don't know which one it was, but somebody just literally opened a window and started handing us beers, and it was fantastic.
That sounds amazing.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yeah,
I like them beers.
Hell yeah.
Wish this was a beer, damn it.
Yeah.
Dude, Kobe Durst, it's funny you bring him up. I remember the first time I met him, I think I was at like the first Black Label show, and I think he came out front. I didn't know who he was at the time. And he was like asking if anybody had any smoke or something, like any pot or anything. I was like, no, I got some Marlboro Reds. You want these? He kind of looked at me. He was like, man, fuck you. Marlboro Reds.
Sounds about right.
Fucking Kobe, dude. We ended up becoming pretty good friends, and he's been a guest on the show. He's awesome, dude, man. Have you had a chance to kick it with him since all this shit?
Yeah. Like occasionally when we got those little free periods, and honestly, even when we're supposed to be at home, like a couple of us will always get together every now and then.
Creep
hang out. Like we got to do something.
Yeah, I can't imagine, man. I mean, I like my times of like solace and just by myself, but if it was an extended period of time where you can't do shit with anybody, it seems ridiculous.
I think the biggest thing too, like, so do I. Like, I like to just be by myself and relax, but that's also by choice.
Exactly.
If you're being forced to, it's a whole different story.
Oh, I couldn't imagine, man. Yeah. I mean, there's only so much, so many board games you can play, and so many times you can get, get on that craft kick, and before you're like starting to lose and freak out. Yeah. So what was your actual last match before all this shit happened?
I think I wrestled Brent Banks at PCW.
Okay.
Out in Preston City Wrestling for the in the UK.
Hell yeah.
But then the last time I was in the States was the Warrior show.
Yeah, was that the who'd you guys go against?
It was me and Mark Wheeler, because Monkey got hurt.
Yeah.
Against Josh and Ethan.
Yeah, Josh. Yeah. That's when Ethan showed up and he was talking all that shit.
Yeah, like usual.
That's cool to see. Like, I mean, a lot of you guys are starting to do some shit, and it's on like a bigger scale. That's why it sucks to see, like you and Kobe and Monkey, and we'll get to him. I want to talk about him in a second. But it's cool to see like guys like Josh and Ethan go up to some of these bigger stages like Impact and now with AEW. Mm-hmm. Although I don't get why every time Ethan goes to a somewhat bigger promotion, got to make them tag with someone? I don't get that.
I don't know. I think they just have too many people over there.
That's it. Yeah,
They're
dude.
just throwing people together.
I remember when he first went to Impact. Well, not the first time, because the first time he was fucking, what was it, Abyss's
Chandler
cousin?
Parks.
Yeah, Chandler Parks.
Yeah.
Which he killed
Park
it, dude.
and Park. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, he killed it, but I was like, damn it, dude, like this dude's better than that. Like he deserves better than that. And then they teamed him up with Seidel, and I met him at a Warrior, or not Warrior, it was Black Label once again. And I was like, hey man, like, dude, fucking love your work, man. But it kind of sucks though. Like, don't you think it kind of sucks that you're stuck in a tag team like with Seidel? It just doesn't make sense. Because I'm one of those wrestling fans where, and there's a lot of us out there that like, when people like just throw together guys. I'm not really a big fan of that. Like you and Monkey are a straight up fucking tag team. You know what I mean? You don't seem like it was like, oh, we're just gonna take two dudes and fucking pair. You guys have this like I can't even think of the word, but you're just a fucking authentic tag team, not fucking Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Albeit I'm sure they're gonna make, they have great chemistry off the bat already. But once again, why can't they do shit on their own? Is it just, the old adage, well, creative doesn't really have anything for you? Then why do you sign these guys? Like
just to lock them down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure they don't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
No, I'm the same as you. Like sometimes two random people coming together works, but not when like Ethan and Scorpio, like they're great singles wrestlers.
Yes.
And like you said, like they didn't really have anything. They were just randomly thrown together. I haven't seen much of it, and I'm sure they do great. But yeah, I think both of them are single stars. Like they should be just killing it in the singles division. Well, at least they're getting something, I guess.
Well, yeah, and it seems like they're setting up a program for them with Darby and Sting.
Yeah, I mean that's super cool.
How fucking awesome.
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, I mean, I'm sure they've worked fucking Darby. I know Ethan has several times, but to work with a legend, we all grew up watching fucking Sting. I've never heard anybody that has had nothing but the utmost respect. I've never really heard a negative thing about the guy,
No, you can't. He's one of the best.
Yeah. My God, it's Sting, my God. But that's super cool, so I'm sure those dudes got to be giddy for that,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It struck me as weird because like all of a sudden like Scorpio's out of SCU and then he turns heel, which I kind of liked. I mean, he's a legit fucking boxer, MMA dude.
Yeah.
He could fucking go. He's awesome in the ring. I think he's got tons of charisma. And same thing with Ethan. Look how he's turned his shit around.
He looks like a different person. He put in some totally crazy work. Yeah.
But it's cool to see those guys doing their thing. So, man, my heart hurts for you guys because you guys are an awesome tag team that like when, as I mentioned before, all the different promotions around here in the Midwest that we've gotten to see you perform for, it's just like, damn it, dude. Like, I just felt like your guys' momentum and your stock was going up and up and up. And with a lot of men and women, unfortunately, in the biz, COVID fucking hits. And it's like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like, I know when it first happened, we were thinking, oh, okay, a couple months. Okay, 6 months. And I know you guys, like in the States, they started running almost as soon as possible.
Yeah.
They got that collective in, they got the 24-hour show, and GCW has almost been nonstop. It's wild to see that we have nothing.
And
like,
it's
not anywhere, like nowhere in Canada is running.
It's so crazy. And GCW, like out of all the promotions that are running, like a deathmatch promotion.
Right. There's a worldwide pandemic and deathmatch wrestling takes off.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a thing.
Right. I don't know
I'll
how
watch
that
it
works.
all day, though. I'll watch it all day.
That's like a place where you get sick just by going.
Yeah.
I know because it happened to me.
We got sick.
Yeah.
We're just in the crowd.
Inhaling light tubes for 3 hours.
Yeah, that's right.
That'll help with COVID.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
What the hell's Monkey been up to?
Nothing. Same thing. He started Twitch. He's a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always been on all the games and everything. So I know he started a Twitch and he's been gaming there. And then I think he had like a little cooking segment or something on it. I don't know. I tune in every now and then, but I can't sit and play video games, let alone watch other people play video games.
Yeah, I never really got I mean, people are really into that nowadays. Like, just watch me play this game. You know.
So I know a bunch of the Canadian guys like Space Monkey, BMD, and a couple others have like weekly Among Us games or something like that, where they'll all get together once a week and do it, which is pretty cool. I would join, but I honestly have no idea how to work it. I downloaded it on my phone, got through one game, and gave up. So
you're like, you guys want to fucking virtually play some board games?
yeah.
That's sort of what we did. We were brainstorming other things we could do outside of the Zoom meetings, and then Wallace is like, "Dude, let's do Twitch. Let's do Twitch." Bodie too, same shit. And I was like, "That's too much work."
I also thought that. I'm like, oh, we can do a board game Twitch, or I was cooking a lot, so I'm like, oh, I'll cook on Twitch. I'm just like, I don't have good enough cameras or a microphone, and I don't have any energy to go get them.
Yeah. Everybody thinks all that stuff can be done. The setup and the filming, sometimes it takes longer, but it's afterwards when you have to put it together. Ask any of your buddies that have to end up editing video.
Oh, yeah.
And how sleep deprived those fuckers are.
Yeah. And just coming up with new ideas constantly and always doing it.
Yeah. It's a bit much.
Yeah. Yeah. I give credit to anybody that's doing it. I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of new ideas, so when things finally settle the fuck down and you do come back, is there anything other than like, you know, I mean, obviously we got MoonDawg now too, but
so as soon as wrestling starts, I'm going to officially start the Shane Sabre retirement tour, and I'm just going to leave pro wrestling. Yeah, sorry, go continue.
No, I mean, as far as like, I mean, was there anything, or maybe let me change the question up for you. Before the pandemic hit, was there anything that you kind of had on the table that you were super stoked to work, and then it obviously went to hell because of this?
I just want to travel overseas more. So back in October 2019, Cody Lane and I we did a month in Europe. So we wrestled a couple UK shows. We actually went to Italy too.
Ooh,
and
nice.
That following March, I went back for Preston City Wrestling for the weekend, which was pretty awesome. So I was just hoping to do more extended stays over there, and then, you know, see if I can get to Japan or something like that eventually. But yeah, I was just looking more in travel because I'm a big travel guy. Like, that's why I go for a lot of hikes. Like, I love sightseeing. I love learning the history of places. So like, wrestling overseas was the best. It was best case scenario for me.
Yeah.
I got to do two of my huge passions, wrestling and traveling. So I was really looking in more of that, especially Canada, the Commonwealth. We can go over pretty easy. We can actually work. If you're under 30, you can get a 2-year working visa. So like, I could actually get a regular job until like the wrestling took off, because I think that's what El Phantasmo did.
Okay, yeah.
So I was looking into that, and then of course the world shut down. So I'm glad I didn't do that, because then I would have just wasted a whole bunch of money and time. So hopefully, you know, if things clear up and travel opens by the end of the year for us, I'll definitely look into it again, and I think that's one of the first places I'll shoot off to.
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to go to Italy and Europe for a long time. I know Sren's been out there. He's traveled out there. I've only been to Canada, and the last time I was to Canada was, man, I was a real little kid, and then Mexico. And sorry, I didn't really, you know, I like Mexico. I like the culture. I like Lucha Libre. I love a lot of shit about it. When you go down there with your band, you're expecting to have a great time. Then you're trying to just go to the airport, and all of a sudden you have fucking machine guns pointing at you for no reason. Kind of changes your outlook on some of that shit.
Absolutely. Well, I was actually, when I was in Paris, like I was just traveling out for wrestling just when I was younger. This is shortly after some of the like terrorist attacks. There was armed guards in the subways and everything, and that was a big shocker, because we never see that in Canada, or even anytime I'm in the States. So I'm like, oh, like this is serious. This is crazy.
Yeah, fuck. What you've been keeping up? I mean, obviously COVID's got everybody fucking going on streaming binges and all this shit. One of my favorite, and actually me and Sren's favorite programs, is from the Great White North up there, Letterkenny.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Have you been binging on anything? What have you been vibing on, man?
I think just the typical things everybody kind of done. I did all the Disney shows like WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, just random movies on Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff like that. I was watching a show called Resident Alien with Alan Tudyk, because I really like him.
Okay.
Oh, Stratton knows it?
I've seen commercials and stuff for it. I love Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, same here. So I watch it. It's a real cheesy, nothing to it show, but it's
I haven't
cool
watched it
because
yet,
I do like him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I've never seen him do anything bad.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like one of those best character actors that.
Like
just
I
pops
remember
up and
he
does
did a
good work.
movie with Sandra Bullock, 28 Days. Yeah, where she goes to a rehab place. She's like alcoholic or drug addict. I don't remember. He's one of the people in it. And even that movie, I was like, he's gonna be in this. This is gonna be. But he was the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Just a silly ass guy. His comedic timing is badass, and he did that.
Yeah,
Dale and Tucker versus Evil is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
fucking rules. Yeah, I own that movie.
Yeah, so I'll watch anything he's in. But I do have I got a movie board of like the top 100 best all time movies, and it's like a scratch off board.
Yeah,
Really?
Sometimes, I'll pick a movie and then I'll scratch it off, and it's just got like a little logo of it. So I've been working my way through that.
Is the Notebook on there?
The Notebook is on there, yes. Yeah. I haven't gotten to it yet. Eventually.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a day I need a good cry. I'll throw that on.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
I found that I don't know how many of those movies you've gone through. I love old movies, but I think a lot of them are very dated and very boring.
Yes.
So I don't know. What would you throw a percentage on? Like how many of them are like, oh shit, like this is pretty good? And
Well, I haven't gone through too many of them. I really just I'm going through most of the ones like I've already seen before, so I'm just rewatching those and going. One of the ones I didn't see and that people really like is American Psycho.
That's great.
I don't know, man. I
don't like it.
Yeah, I couldn't
don't
really
like
get into it. I think I got to give it another watch, but the first time I watched, I'm like, okay, done. It's gone. So
I
I
didn't
don't
care
know.
for it when I watched it.
Yeah.
Shut up, Strutton.
I didn't
No,
care
it's
for
all.
it.
Hey, man, to each their own.
Yeah.
Check out part 2 because part 2 is ridiculous. It's Mila Kunis, William Shatner, and it's just like
What?
I didn't even know there was a part 2, and that sounds
yeah,
wild.
most people don't. So
Yeah.
everybody watching and listening right now, there you go, American Psycho Part 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out.
What's your favorite genre of fucking movies, man?
Probably action adventure,
Yes.
like a good comedy kind of stuff. Yeah, I've
Like-
never
like
been
80s
much of
action
a
movies?
horror guy. Yeah, 80 actions like Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, all the Star Wars.
What about some Arnold shit?
Arnold. Yeah, actually, I just went through because Terminator's on that, so I watched Terminator 1, and then I'm like, all right, well, let's just continue. And I just finished all the Terminator movies that week.
Shit.
Yeah,
What,
and then I think I watched Last Action Hero for the first time. Fucking
great.
love that movie too.
I love it
that
too,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
Killer soundtrack too, and
Yeah. I really think they could redo that nowadays with somebody. Like, it is such a fun movie.
yeah, I don't know if I'm weird about that. Some of those movies I liked when I was a kid, and it's like just stop right there. Don't remake it because they remake everything. We're gonna remake this episode here in like a couple years.
Yeah.
But what I just finished with Arnold the other day, Running Man. You ever seen that?
Oh, yep.
Jesse the Body in it is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a good one. I remember when I was younger, well, that's not even that young. Like when Predators came out, like not the original or whatever, the Predators. I watched that and I'm like, "Where's Arnold?"
Yeah.
Sitting there waiting. I'm like, "Oh no, this is not the right."
Is that the
movie."
one with what's his face from the pianist?
Yeah, the thin face
Penis.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what his name is, but yeah.
I can't remember his name.
That was
He has an Academy
Predators
Award.
was actually your boy, Stretton.
The one with Olivia Munn?
Rodriguez.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's
Predators
the one.
with Olivia Munn?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Wow. Yeah.
I saw the other one.
Man, it's all right.
I didn't watch the latest one that just dropped. That was actually directed by Shane Black, I think is his name,
Yeah.
who was in the first Predator.
I think I have seen that one where he's like the super predator alien hybrid.
Yeah, it's like
or
some
something like
giant-
that. Yeah. It was all
Like,
right.
dude,
You're
I'll
right.
tell you
Like,
what,
I
though,
mean, the originals are always the best.
yeah, but Predator 2 was fucking dope.
Yeah,
Danny
yeah.
Glover. He's in town with a few days to kill. I remember the fucking punchline. Coming at me with no bullshit. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck was it? I was thinking of there's another Arnold one. I love it. Like, dude, our 80s Arnold movies, like Stallone's got some really good one. Like, it's all about like the action, the one-liners, the cheese. Just Van Damme has some great shit, dude.
Mhm. Well, I watched the newest what's that? Rambo.
Oh,
in
That's
the-
pretty good.
awesome.
Theaters. Yeah. And it was just a whole bunch of like just chill, and then just fucking
brutal.
bonkers
Yeah.
for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was insane. Loved it. Loved shit like that.
Once again, they, hey man, don't let your kids go down to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. They ain't coming back.
No, it was pretty sad. I was like, damn it, man, because I wasn't sure if I'd watched it. So I was at work and it was pretty slow, and I was like, I had it going on my phone, and it starts going and going, and I'm like, oh yeah, I did see this, and then like you said, when it picks up and he comes for the revenge, and
Yeah.
it's Rambo, dude. You can't fuck with Rambo.
Yeah.
Come on.
He doesn't stop.
No,
Everybody.
he'll kill everybody.
Yeah.
I know I can't really do a fucking
Yeah,
good.
close enough. It was good. It was good. I accept it.
Fucking Sly. I love all that shit, man. You're a big comedy fan. What's some of your favorite comedy flicks?
Probably The Other Guys.
Nice. Yeah.
I think that's like my go-to, just because I think it's just funny from start to finish.
Dude, Will Ferrell's like,
Yeah.
he's great, man.
Yeah. Another one, well, going off Mark Wahlberg, Ted. I think I rewatched a little while ago, which is good. And then
Ted,
I don't know. It's hard to think, but there's some good ones out there.
I haven't seen Ted for some reason. I got no interest in it. I don't know why.
No?
Every time I see a clip, I'm like, it looks funny, but then I never end up watching it. So
Well,
Just gotta get real baked, Stretton, and fucking
funny.
let it
I don't know anything
ride.
about that stuff.
Sit next to your teddy bear and watch the movie.
Yeah.
I gotta go buy a teddy bear.
Yeah, well, there you go. I've
says
actually
he
wanted
has
to rewatch Ace Ventura.
Oh,
I
it's
gotta
great.
rewatch 1 and 2. Those are
The second one kind of holds up, dude.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm hoping so.
If
I
you
think they
remember it
both
being,
do.
if you remember it being like the most ridiculous movie ever,
Yeah.
it is, and
Perfect.
it's still funny to me.
Good.
I just
That's
watched
exactly
it like a
what I
month
want.
ago.
Nice.
Tommy Davidson from In Living Color fucking steals the show in the second one. He's that little crazy fucking tribal dude. He's,
Oh yeah.
he's on that dude's back, man. What the hell? He like turns around, you see him all balled up, and he just gets out. He's so crazy. You gotta have fucking Space Monkey do that shit, man. Just curl up in the ball in your back.
Yeah. I'll build a little backpack to hold him.
It's good theory, but he's not a little guy.
Ah,
Well, he's
small.
not a little guy. I didn't mean it that way. You
I'm getting
fucking
jacked.
ass.
It's okay.
No,
I'll
I'm
carry it.
saying like, yeah.
Jesus. The first one's great too, Ace Ventura, because one of my favorite bands, Cannibal Corpse, is in there. So that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was into that death metal back in the day. Who would have thought?
I had no idea.
What's some?
He actually he lived and grew up like 20 minutes down the road from me.
That's
Where I
awesome,
grew
dude.
up too. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Man, you guys got so much. There's so many entertaining people and stuff that comes out of Canada, man. I'm super jealous. I mean, America, people could fluff it up all I want. It's kind of a joke most of the time, but Canadian people are like some of the nicest, coolest, most entertaining people that I've fucking ever come across. So cheers to you.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of like the wrestling and everything else. Like it's so hard to break out in Canada that like when they do, it's the best. It's the best of us in comedy, action, anything like that.
Wrestlers, dude. I mean, real quick, that's a nice segue because Canada has produced some of the biggest names ever in professional wrestling. Who would you put if you had, I don't know, we'll give it a fucking top 5 list of Canadian professional wrestlers. Who are your top 5?
No specific order. But like Edge and Christian are up there for me because like when I started, like they were huge, and I put their singles runs almost over their tag stuff because I think like when
I would
Christian was in TNA, like I think he was killing it.
He was great.
Loved
in
it.
TNA.
Yeah, loved his TNA stuff. And then Brett and Owen. I've actually been going back to watch like a lot of old Brett and Owen matches, which are fantastic. And then it's hard to think of a fifth one. But I mean, even like Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens nowadays, like they're killing it. Like they were killing it on the Indies, they killed it on ROH, and they finally like hit it big and like both top tier world champion material guys.
Right.
Yeah,
It's so hard to believe that, man, that they've been there that long now. How long?
Yeah.
It's been at least 5 years, at least.
At least that. Yeah, and they weren't even in NXT all that long, and just shot up to the main roster, which was great. And Kevin had that legit championship run, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And I love Sammy's look now. He's like,
Dude, it's so great.
Reinvented himself. Like he's gone through so many different things, and now he's got that shirt of him dancing. Man,
yeah,
so
dude,
funny.
that's a testament to how great he is to any wrestler, you know. And as you're exploring the MoonDawg, you know, to be able to reinvent, and you have to do that. You got to maybe find what works and what clicks with people. But dude, I loved when he would. Who was he with? We had that little stable, the stable boys. It was Cesaro and
Nakamura,
Shinsuke Nakamura, and he would come out with them, and he'd just be like hardcore dancing, like throwing down, headbanging. Dude, I'd lose my shit.
Yeah, so entertaining.
That guy is fucking awesome, and he looks like fucking what Stalin or some shit right now.
He looks like a dictator, like straight up.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like he should be suppressing some country somewhere.
Oh man. I would, you know what though, at some point I would like to see those guys. I mean, make your money, do your thing, but I would like to see them somewhere else at some point, you know? I mean, everybody.
I think with AEW, it's like this is such a like we haven't had this in 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't much of a WCW guy. Like I was pretty young into my like watching. I didn't really watch around then. So like now, especially for people younger than me, like this could be it. This could be people jumping back and forth, making the big money, which is good for them. But like we get so much entertainment of like Will Owens and Zayn pop up in AEW, or like John Cena. Like imagine like.
That would be the
huge wrestling fan still. Like I love wrestling, and to see that, man, I would lose my shit. That'd be awesome.
I do too. And I'm not a huge John Cena fan. I've learned to appreciate him more over time throughout the years. Not when they were trying to cram him down my fucking gullet, you know, for a decade. But to me, that would be the equivalent of Hogan going NWO.
Yeah.
If Cena jumped ship. I think that's really one of the only things. Let me put it this way. You know, you were talking about Edge. Edge, if he were to go there, would be cool. Christian obviously did. And it was huge. It was good. But at the same time, it was like, okay, well, I could see that, you know, nobody would see this coming. No. It's like the one thing left in wrestling that I think would be like the ultimate, just like coup, the ultimate, what the fuck, and the biggest game changing thing you could have, you know?
Yeah. It would rock things up so much. And I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
I know. And that's what's cool about like with, you know, the cliche term forbidden door and like what AEW is doing with all these companies now. And, you know, we just got to watch Dynamite last week, and Yuji Nagata back on American television on TNT for the first time in fucking 2018 or 20 years, however long it was. Super cool, man. And then you get to see Kenny Omega going to Impact and kind of giving them the rub. And I know, you know, unfortunately I have a lot of sour fucking people in the internet wrestling community and all that bullshit. But, you know, people shit, well, what's he doing for Impact? You know, blah, blah. Just enjoy it, because it's been a long time. And I'm trying to think of like a good example. Actually, I was just watching the WWE Icons thing on Rob Van Dam today. And it was cool to see him when they did the thing back in the day when, so after Barely Legal, their first pay-per-view, originally he wasn't booked on it, and then who was it? I think Chris Candido got hurt, so he wrestled Lance Storm. And after that, he cut this promo about like, you know, I'm on the show now, and I'm even more valuable now, and blah blah blah. I'm even more valuable elsewhere, not just here. And then you would see him. That's when they did this thing where he was appearing on Monday Night Raw with Jerry the King Lawler, you know, and he became Mr. Monday Night. So like time, and then he would go back to ECW and back and forth. And times like that, it was just like, wow. And it was so crazy how it worked, because when he was in WWF, people were like, well, he's an ECW guy. But then when he went back to ECW, it was like, well, he's a WWF guy. Like, that's what makes things fucking exciting for me in professional wrestling, you know?
It just adds layers, and it makes everything more interesting and more things to grab onto, and just the possibilities of storylines and everything like that going forward.
Storylines, exactly. I'm glad you said that. That's why I don't get, you know, the hate. A lot of people just hate the fucking hate. They must have watched too much Chappelle Show back in the day. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. But I love it, dude. And imagine if this pandemic wasn't going on, like what AEW would be doing, like the full impact, no pun intended, of their partnerships with AAA, Impact, New Japan, which is huge. It's huge.
Yeah, we'd be seeing people fly over on a weekly basis instead of, flying over every now and then, having to quarantine or do whatever they have to do when they leave the country. Man, like, I'm so excited for when things open, as like from the fan point of view. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Fuck yeah. It'd be awesome once they get you and the fucking monkey on Dark, man.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
You fucking don't sell yourself short. You got
I'm just hoping we can get down there.
Well, yeah, I think you got to move to America somehow. Fucking sneak over here.
That's exactly it. Yeah, we'll sneak across the border and just don't go back.
Well, you got to go back because things get pretty ugly here sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's some of your favorite music? Do you really get into music much, or? So
no, I'm not a music guy at all. If I got to say anything, it's like classic rock from like the 80s and 70s and kind of stuff like that.
Okay.
But I'm a podcast guy. Like, I'll just throw a podcast on while I'm driving. If it's the gym, I'll just pick workout playlist from Spotify or something like that.
What's some of the podcasts you're jamming to?
A lot of ad-free shows. So all of those. Been listen to the new Jeff Jarrett one. Which is
How is that?
It's good. They're both long, but like they go in the depth about everything, which is pretty cool. A lot of like comedy podcasts. So Two Bears, One Cave. And Ologies, actually. It's a science podcast, which I really like, where the host will have on a different specialist in each field. So
nice.
She did a bearology podcast, and I just found out Arctic means bear. And so in the Arctic, where polar bears live, and then Antarctica literally means no bears.
Really?
Yeah.
You just fucking blew my mind.
I just found that out. I think it's like crazy how that's not more common, because I always forget where penguins are and where polar bears are. But now you can't forget.
You just added a shitload of value to our podcast.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You only hate me because I believe in science.
I'm going to check the science portion when somebody asks me about the subgenres of this week's podcast.
Perfect.
Be wrestling, entertainment, science.
Professor Sabre.
And then to go off words. So I feel like an idiot. So we were talking about lucha. You mentioned lucha libre a little while ago. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah, well, lucha's fight. I can't remember what libre means.
So it translates to free fighting.
Free fight, yes.
Or
yes.
free storm. So I was technically trained more lucha, like North American lucha. I just found out what lucha libre meant like 3 months ago. And I've been wrestling for 9 to 10 years.
Was it you were in the middle of training and you were in the middle of a flip and you were like in slump, your brain was like flipping? You're like, I wonder what this fucking word means.
I wish it was that cool. No, my friend who's like Gabriel Forza, so he's from Mexico. We were watching like the history of lucha libre, and they said they broke it down. I'm like, I don't know if I knew it and just forgot it, and it's one of those things you push it back. But as soon as I said, I'm like, shit. And then Lucha Underground is underground fighting. Like, it just blew my mind for 10 minutes, and I felt like the biggest idiot.
Hell yeah. It's coming back too in MLW. You watching the MLW at all?
No, I've tuned into a couple things here and there, but no, I don't follow it too much.
They're doing like a Lucha Underground kind of revival, Azteca Underground, they're calling it. They just revealed Dario Cueto, called El Jefe.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, no, that was huge for a while there. Like, it was one of the top watched things. Yeah,
it was really like the most innovative. I've said it a million times on this show, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the fucking face because it's true, children. The most innovative wrestling product in, the last 15 to 20 years. Like, it was, you wouldn't have a lot of the cinematic shit. You wouldn't have your broken Matt Hardy shit if it wasn't for what they were doing with Lucha and presenting it such a different way. It had like that, like you said, it means underground fighting. It had that kind of feel, that dirty Fight Club almost feel, but then the cinematics and the story of it and like the effects and all that stuff. Wow, man, it was super cool, man. Yeah. It sucks that
they went hard and they tried something different and it worked. And it kind of sucks that it's over now, but hopefully MLW can bring back some of it at least. That would be really cool.
Yeah, even though like 90% of the fucking rosters everywhere else.
They got separated.
Yeah. As long as they don't try to bring back Joey Ryan, I guess everything will be all right.
That is number one.
Right? Nobody wants them. Was there a tag team on like the independent scene or somewhere in the majors, we'll call them, that you guys were really itching for? Or do you even care about, like, do you guys have dream matches that you put yourselves in? Or
well, one of mine, and we actually got to do it at Freelance, was the Rock Nest Monsters. Because when I first got into independent wrestling, they watched a lot of their PWG stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got to wrestle them, like I was super hyped for that. And that was a great match. I can't think of anything at the moment, but we've done a lot of the people around that we wanted to wrestle. Like we wanted to wrestle the Best Friends. We got to do that. We've wrestled, Monster Mafia or the North a whole bunch of times. I can't think of anybody off the top of our head that we were really like gunning for. Because we just try to make the best out of anybody we wrestle.
Right.
When we try and do the best. If you have him on, he might have an answer for you, but I can't think of anything.
That's actually the reason why I got hooked on you guys, and it was during because I saw you at Warrior once or twice, but then it was a freelance show where I was new to the whole freelance world, and it's like kind of a little mini wrestling world of its own.
Dude, awesome.
And that's when I actually noticed that. I mean, I've never seen you guys have a bad match. It's not me kissing ass. It's just reality.
Thank you.
And like, when I watched the freelance one, I was like, wait a minute, like Monkey's got his, like the monkey thing, so there's like it's like next level gimmicky shit, like it's, he always stays in care. I mean,
yeah,
he's your friend, I don't have to tell you what he is.
Who's been to space.
Yeah. But you got like you and him, like you guys don't have bad matches with people. So whoever gets thrown in there with you, it's fucking fun to watch. That's what I realized the first time I saw you. And I don't know, but you're one of the, like, you and Monkey are one of the people, like I specifically, when I told you before we started recording that I met you, like I shook your hand at Warrior, and I sort of wanted to make a point of saying like I'm a huge fan. And I don't know if I said that. If I did, I probably said it all nervously. Like,
he's a mark.
But yeah, I am a mark. Like I'm a mark for you guys. But that freelance shit, man, compliments, because whoever's style, because the North has its own specific style. They're not doing backflips and shit, and you guys do that. Mm-hmm. You guys are both
he does that. I don't flip.
No,
yeah.
I thought I've seen you flip before.
Maybe like a rolling front flip, but I don't flip too much.
But either way, like it's cool to watch wrestlers that are capable of adjusting to whoever they're in the ring with,
Yeah.
And you don't see that all the time, because I won't name any names because I don't like to dwell on the people that I'm not that interested in.
Bang bang, it's a shoot.
Yeah, I want everybody to do, like, I'm there to be entertained. So I'm not one of those people like half of wrestling Twitter where they almost like get charged up by things that they perceive as shitty. I have no interest in shittiness in my world. I would like to be entertained. When life decides to kick me in the balls, I have to deal with that. Wrestling is not a part of my life ball kicking feeling. That's a weird way to compliment you guys. Yeah, that's the best I could do.
No, I really appreciate that, because that's one of the things I've strived for. Like I try not to have, like, I don't know, a specific style or anything. Like I try and make each match different, because it is like you're never gonna have the same match unless you're wrestling the same person. Yeah, every time you wrestle somebody else is different. So I think Monkey and I, like we honestly did start as a random pair. Like we were just driving together and we were both just in boring singles matches. So we're like, hey, like we're already going to these shows. Let's offer something different. So when companies started giving us a chance, we just started working on things, getting tag moves, getting tag sequences and stuff. And we really pride ourselves when we're going from like the workhorseman, which is like a last man standing, pile drive each other on the floor match, to like the Sea Stars, to the main state posse, to the Rock Nest Monsters. Like 4 completely different teams,
right?
4 months in a row, and I think we had great matches with all of them. So we try and be as versatile as possible.
Have you been up to Mondo Lucha? I know Monkey has.
No, I haven't. No. He goes every time, I think. I know he always pitches me when he goes to places like that. But I think it's just hard because it's so far, and if they don't know who I am necessarily, because I'm hidden.
They're gonna know MoonDawg.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck yeah.
Beach Bum 2. I got this
That's right.
Sren's hyped for the MoonDawg.
Oh, yeah.
Beach Bum 2, starring Shane Sabre and Mila Kunis.
Ooh, okay. I like this.
Sren's gonna write the movie now. He's
fine.
working on
Let's do
a
it.
little script.
Hell yeah.
How long have the two of you been a tag team? Like, when did you guys start?
3 years.
3 years?
I think. Yeah. I think Black Label Pro, we had our first tag match at. So one of their first shows, I think.
Okay.
And then really it was just like the Midwest for a while, like Black Label, freelance. I know we did IWA Mid South. We honestly didn't do too much on the East Coast. We did XWA one time, and we found out. So it was their big show, Resolution or something. I'm not too sure. I'm bad with names. But it was in a big gym, and they had like the giant trusses and everything, and it was set up awesome. And we finished the match, we finished the show. We're saying bye to the promoter. He's like, "Hey, the school's got like a pirate ship on wheels, and we were really trying to get it for you guys." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "You got to bring us back." He's like, "We will do our best." I'm like, "Yes, good." And then, of course, COVID again.
Right. Greatest entrance ever.
Yes, right. It's kind of upset nobody at WrestleMania came out on the pirate ship or anything.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they missed out.
Dude, it's like I said, it's a damn shame, and I hope that sooner rather than later everything up there can fucking clear up so you guys can get back to doing your thing, because I hate seeing fucking talented people sit on their ass, man. You guys are super entertaining, and I think you're just hitting that just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to you and Monkey as a tag team. And obviously with this new character that you're creating, and the possibilities are endless for you, man. So real quick before we sign off here, let everybody know where they can find you at, and if you got any merch or anything that people can buy right now.
Yeah, I got pro wrestling tees. I don't know if it's / or / I don't know. It's Shane Sabre. Everything Shane Sabre. Twitter. I don't tweet. So if you want to follow me there, feel free. I just started posting on Instagram again after 5 months. So if you want to follow me there, feel free.
He's been hiking, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually have a hiking page called Hike Baby, hike _baby.
Ooh, I like that.
Where I just post a bunch of photos I've been on when I hike. So there's that as well. Other than that, like I'm not a social media guy. Like I just don't do it much. Like I post on stories and every now and then, but yeah, for these people that are posting every day, like I give them credit. Like it's a task. I tried to, and I fell off real fast.
Yeah, it's hard. Sren's not that way either. So I do all of our media stuff.
I'm lucky I don't have to do it. So that Wallace does all of that shit.
I feel like Sren and I could be best friends at this point.
I think
we're getting close. Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, you post on the stories. That's man. Thanks for fucking throwing our logo. What was that on one of your? Was it a snowboard?
Oh yeah. So that's also what I did during the winter lockdown. Like they shut down the hills, which blew my mind.
What?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I got a snowboard, new helmet, all that, and I'm like, okay, well, I got nothing else to do. I'll snowboard every weekend, and then they shut the hills down. So yeah, I had a bunch of stickers from you guys from Mammoth Beard out in Canada, which sponsors me. They give me a bunch of great beard products. So I figured, like, let's just rep all some cool guys. So gotta show some love.
Well, I appreciate it. So everybody, make sure you fucking go to Pro Wrestling Tees and pick up a Shane Sabre t-shirt.
There's also a MoonDawg shirt on there.
Is it the yellow one?
Yes,
I did see that. See That's pretty fucking dope, man.
Yeah. I think that might be my most favorite shirt I've come out with.
Yeah, boils and ghouls. Bust out those purses and wallets and fucking start slanging that money on Shane Sabre like nobody's business. Until next time, find us on all the socials. I'll be posting it, so you're going to be talking to me because Sretton already admitted that he's a fucking asshole when it comes to it. God, what a team player he is. It's all right. It's okay.
And it's 50-50 if I answer. If you message me, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You might get a reply from Shane.
You might. We'll see.
Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Please rate and review wherever you're listening in podcast land. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hit the like and subscribe button, ring the fucking notification bell so you can always be sure to have a good time with us and all of our very fucking awesome guests. Shane, brother, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Ladies
Great
and gentlemen, until next time, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up.
I'm so fucking wet for chasing it's insane. Until next time, motherfuckers.
You gonna do sex to me? Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!